Hi, I'm Kamila Dupont, and I'm on a mission to help as many people as possible discover the joys that we call horseback riding. My particular passion is dressage, and for many years, my goal was to make the Olympic team. That quest led me on a wonderful, exciting European adventure, where I was able to work with wonderful masters and compete for the United States while abroad. But nothing gives me more pleasure and joy than helping someone learn to ride. You don't have to be an Olympic contender. You have to have discipline, a love of horses, and an open mind, and see how riders of all levels improve their skills under my instruction. And maybe, just maybe, a little bit of the magic might rub off on you. So I invite you to sit back, relax, enjoy Lessons with Kamila. Welcome to part 2 of Focus on Amateurs with horse and rider team Mary Polke and her Arabian stallion Skywalker. In part 1, we addressed the problems most amateurs have in putting their horses on the bit. This is even more difficult with a horse that has a strong underneck like Skywalker. So what I want you to do is shorten the reins. I want them to see, okay, straighten his neck. Okay, so this is what we call the underneck. I mean, it's a really strong muscle, and he is a stallion, so it's even stronger. In part 1, we learned that suppling our horses in a longer frame makes it easier to reach the goal of getting the horses on the bit. The next challenge facing Mary and Skywalker is to shorten the rein, ride him from back to front into a higher but still supple frame, the one that she needs for first level. So you go through all the steps in the training scale, which are basically relaxation, contact, suppleness. That's what we're working on, suppleness. And as he becomes more supple, then she can start to elevate his front end. But if she starts with a moderate elevation instead of really low, it's not going to work out. So now what we're going to do is we're going to go back to work and we're going to check and see if, in fact, he is more obedient at a little shorter rein and a little more elevation. Because I don't really like to work the lateral movements, which are part of first level, which is the leg yield and the shoulder in. I don't like to work those movements in a really low frame. So if Mary feels, and it looks like he's actually more submissive, then what we'll do is we'll start Mary with the 10-meter circle. So go straight down the side. And the easiest thing when you're going from 2 tracks working towards 3 tracks, the easiest thing to do is a small circle. So come down the center line, small meaning 10 meters. You can call it a volte, you can call it a circle. Okay, good. So a 10-meter circle is in fact like a shoulder in. The front feet are to the inside track of the hind feet. So make a, good Mary, that's good. So what I want you to do, Mary, is now make a 20-meter circle. And then I want you to go down the center line at A. So I want you to go all the way down the center line, and I want you to make one 10-meter circle and then go straight. Now make another 10-meter circle. Good. Flex him. Flex him before you start the circle. Okay, circle, circle, circle. See, that was an oval, not a circle. Go straight. Good. Tap with the whip. You're in charge of the tempo. Make another circle. Flex. Rotate your upper body. Good. Now keep rotating. Keep bending. There, that was a circle. Great. So go straight, turn left, and then go across the diagonal. And let's test him a little bit and see if you lengthen the stride, if he'll stay supple. All right, good. Now, before you get to the end, start bending him to the right and use your right leg, and then come down the center line. Supple, supple, supple. Okay, good. Now try sitting the trot, Mary. Good. So circle right, Good. Okay, so this is his more supple side. So what you have to do is be sure that you don't flex him so much to the right that he tilts or becomes hard on the left rein. Tap, tap. Good. Circle right again. Close your right hand first. Okay, now try not to lean back quite so much. Shorten your reins a little bit more. Good. Okay. A little bit. Right. Not too much. Go straight. Turn right at the end. Let's take another little walk break. Play with your fingers first. Nice. Good. Let him stretch, but not jerk you out of the saddle. Very good. Okay. Excellent. This is the process. The process. We're going through this process to help Mary keep her horse more through and over his back and not resistant. Not resistant in his head and neck, so that he develops and works off the top muscles in his neck and back and not the bottom muscle. When he's working correctly, you don't even notice that he's so high behind, because he actually starts, because of the impulsion, because of the roundness in his neck and his withers lifting his back up, he becomes under behind. He becomes more engaged. Okay. All right. So now what we're going to do is we're going to go to canter, and you're going to think, Mary, even though I don't say, you have to do all of the things that are necessary. You have to put him low. Sometimes we say deep. That means the same thing as low, a low neck or a deep neck. You have to put him down, and you have to say, we're not done. So you have to go through a mini version, a shortened version of what you did in your warm-up to get him ready to canter, but we're going to trot first, and then canter. And then we're going to work on changing the length of stride within the gait. Good. So you have to tell me if he's staying soft in the neck or if he isn't. And if he doesn't, then you have to go back to, again, that correction. Your correction is the same as your warm-up. It's a low frame with you asking with hard for an increased amount of flexion left and right. Okay, so you're in charge of steering and tempo. Steering and tempo. Good, so stay on that circle and ask him for a medium canter. Really, okay, look at that. That's wonderful. Okay, now when you bring him back with a fraction of your inside rein first and then the outside rein, and think about your lats. The more sophisticated you can be, the less you have to use your hand, the less he's going to brace against you. Okay, good. Again, forward, forward, nice, good. And when you go forward, then your arms need to be supple. Now you need to lift up to the right, good, and collect him even more. So now the next time after the lengthening, I want you to collect him on the center line so that the camera can see whether or not you were able to shorten the steps. So think about it at A. So first the right rein, then your lats, then the left rein. Yeah, Mary, excellent. And now soften your arms. Okay, so after the sitting, after the compression, then soften your arms, and then that's called a half-halt. Soften your arms. Yes, that's a half-halt. Okay? Transitions within the gait. Now try to fill out the circle better, Mary. You're on this side. You're on the quarter line. Yeah, try to make a true 20-meter circle. Good. Good. Okay. Now this is the more challenging side, right? So what are you supposed to do when he braces? Go down, right? Let his neck down and make a correction. And then don't ask him to canter. That's the correction. That is almost like you're telling him what you want him to do, but you don't want to canter like that. You want to correct him, right? And then you want to soften and trot first. Soften your arms. Good, that's it. And trot. Okay, now you test him again. That was fine. But I would have trotted and tested for the, stay in the trot, stay in the sitting trot. Okay, now test the flexion first, because this is his stiffer side. So if you can't flex him, you shouldn't canter. Do you get it? Okay, good. Look, open the left rein though. Open the left rein, because now you're not going straight. Now don't hold him to the right for so long. It just needs to be left 2 strides, right 2 strides. Okay, now the right's easy. Just to the left. That's it. Good. Now, if you give a little bit more, will he go down more? If you give both hands forward, would he go down? If he won't, yeah, good. If he doesn't flex and go down when you soften your hands, you're not ready to canter. Okay, so you got to remember that when you're home. You're going to have this video that you can watch. And you got to remember, if he's not supple and he's not stretching his neck, don't canter. Now, use the outside, a little opening outside hand so that he fills out the circle on this side better. That a girl. And then you have to, on this side you have to check, you have to test him a lot and give, right. Ask him again. Keep your left leg there better, Mary. It's not just the hand, it's the leg and the hand. Good. Okay, good. All right, good. Now, you're going to start to collect on the short side. Doesn't matter whether you do it at the same place but do it on the center line places. Tap with the whip. Yeah, when he slows down, tap him initially. Don't wait and use so much seat. Okay, so start to collect again. Inside rein, outside rein. So keep your balance to the... So the reason that he trotted was because he wasn't supple on the left. A little bracing there, right? A little bracing. So fix him first before you go forward. Lower your hands. That's how you're going to fix him. Good, good. Tap with the whip. Yeah. Good, good. That's it. All right. Good. So gentle with your left rein. Collect with your lat. Nice. And then forward again. Bigger circle, Mary. So you got to steer. That's what your job is, to steer. Good. Balance a little bit to the right, but push with your left leg. Good. Tap with the whip. Balance and push him out a little. Leg yield him out. Yeah, on the circle. Good. Okay, good. Okay, good. So as we can see, it's much more difficult for him and her on this side. That's fine. You just have to ask as much, but you have to reward a less response on this side than the other. So collect him, but not quite so much. Collect. Good, Mary. And now push forward again. Let go. Soft arms and forward. That was it. That was it.
Totally with my lats.
Yeah, with your lats. Exactly. Your upper arm and your lats on the left. Try again. Good. Excellent. Excellent. And that's okay. You sustained it for one step too long. All right? Okay. So just take a little break. All right. I know. It's hard work. It's really hard work. Okay. So that's what's important for you to understand, and everybody watching to understand how typical and normal it is for this to happen. That going on the hard side, the horse overreacts to the rein aid. Right? Okay. So it's not unusual. It means that you have to be more subtle with your rein aid to the left. Right-handed people are used to balancing to the left, and so it's the normal problem. Okay, so we're going to just do this a couple more times. I would like you to be able to compress him all the way into the walk, and I'd like you to be able to keep your seat in the saddle and keep the compression until you feel the walk step. Good girl. So shorten your left rein a little bit to make it easier. Good. Now forward here so that he doesn't, I don't want him to second guess you. Right? Good. Good. Nice. Good. So if you feel ready, I want you to compress, start the compression, and then maintain it until he walks. But stretch up. You see, you didn't compress, right? Yeah. Huh?
I started, but I lost.
Yeah, right. You have to be committed. You have to count down. You got to go 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold him. Good. See, he's anticipating it. Yeah. So do it on a different place. And be quick about it. Hold. He got you. Uh-huh. You got to hold yourself up. All right. Canter. Now do it right now. Right now. Hold. Good girl. And soften. Now soften. Right. Okay, now you need, that was good with your body, but too hard with your hands. All right. But you were in a better position. So do it again. Get him rounder. Canter. Get him round. Now shorten the rein. Good. And you're going to do it like that, but without so much hand. Just your back. Good girl. Let him go. Wonderful. Pet him. Really good. Okay.